Okay, today we're going to do a review between these Chinese Magnum calipers that I bought at a local tool sailor here in Canada, and these Mitutoyo Absolute Digimatic calipers. These were $49 Canadian. I think they went on sale to $29, so very cheap. And these are, I think they go for about $200 Canadian. Not too sure on that. So the first thing, we'll start with the Chinese calipers. First thing I like to look for when I look at calipers are any really nice measuring tool. Like to feel the edges. This has got a few fairly sharp edges, not too bad. The corners are definitely very sharp. You can see they tried to break some of the edges with a file, not very uniformly. I've had these for coming up on about a year. They've been pretty good. The plastic on them, a little kind of cheaper when you compare it to the Mitutoyos next to them. They have very nice plastic. The buttons have a very nice, they make a little bit of a click when you push them. You get the Chinese ones. They're buttery smooth. You open and close them. Now keep in mind, these are brand new. These are used. These are a little chunkier when they're moved. One nice feature of the Chinese calipers that the Mitutoyos don't, you can go to fractional inches with these. So if you're just doing rough stuff and you just need to know to the nearest 64th, you can do that. Kind of nice on some stuff, especially when you're measuring like bolts and things like that. It's nice. They also have a little conversion table on the back from metric to standard, and drills as well, so that's kind of useful. On the Magnums there, the Mitutoyos do not have that. More a professional tool, so it's assumed you'd be able to figure out the conversions. Yeah, so that's those. They have an origin button also in them that these don't. Other than that, the other big feature, as soon as you open the Magnum calipers, they turn on, which is kind of annoying. Sometimes they get bumped in the box, and you take them out of the box or the case, and they're on already. The Mitutoyos don't do that. You have to actually push the on button, which is really nice. As far as actual physical dimensions, they're very, very similar. A little bit wider on these. These say hardened stainless. Very proud of that. There's no marking like that anywhere on them, but of course we know Mitutoyos will be of a higher quality stainless and most definitely hardened. One test I have not done that I will be doing, I have some micrometer standards here. So I have a 3-inch standard there, and I have a 2-inch standard here. I'll be measuring them with the Mitutoyos, and then I'll move on to the Chinese calipers. So I'll take that, zero it out. Right across. Oh, just move this to inches. So I'm reading 2 inches and a thousandths. So we're a thousandths over on the Mitutoyos. If you measure them right at the very end here, it looks like, oh, I'm getting a thousandths, maybe 5-10 thousandths over. Pretty much dead when it's on with the Mitutoyos. We'll try the Magnum brand here. Make sure that's also in inches. And they're reading 7,000 over, it looks like. Make sure they're zeroed. Clean the ends of them. I'll just zero them back out. They were 5/10 thousandths large. Looks like now we're reading small with the Magnum calipers. Oh, there we go. We come back in and we're 5/10 thousandths over. So the big thing here, now we come back in again. We're reading under 10,000, 5/10 thousandths. The biggest thing there that you're seeing is the big difference in consistency. So I'm holding this, we'll do a 3-inch now. I'm holding this standard by the middle as not to heat it up and change the size of the steel. It looks like we're reading 3 2/1000 over. We'll do it one more time. Three of 4/1000 over. So you're probably going to be looking at, with this kind of accuracy, you know, 1/1000, maybe 2/1000. We go to the Mitutoyos. You get this nice and straight. And the Mitutoyos, 3 dead nuts on. So you're looking at 5/10,000, maybe a variation in the Mitutoyos, versus the cheaper ones you're looking at maybe 1/1000 or 2. So they both have their purpose. I would say stuff like these magnums that are cheaper, they're good for kind of harsher environments where you're going to be going through them a lot quicker. The fractional inch measuring is a really nice feature that is great for measuring nuts and bolts, and it's not going to matter if you're a few thousandths out on measuring nuts and bolts. Now these are also have been used a fair bit, so they got a few scratches and stuff in them. Nothing that I feel would affect the edges are still in perfect condition. Nothing that I feel affects their accuracy. But you can even see now, I just zeroed it. Now I put it back. Now it's reading 5/10,000 under. And I go back to another one. Now we're reading 1/1000 yet again, 1/1000 over on that one. So, or yeah, we're reading a 10,000th. No, 1/1000. Sorry, my mistake. 1/1000 over. Now we read 8,000. Now 1/1000. So these calipers are not going to be able to get as a consistent a measurement as the Mitutoyos. They can, if you measure it in a few times, you can get a feel for where they're at and get fairly good measurements. But they're mainly going to stay for me for measuring nuts and bolts and shanks of drill sizes and things like that that are going to be an approximate size. Be able to get close enough and then know what size to use. Whereas the Mitutoyos are more of a precision machinist tool, and they get you a lot closer. Obviously a micrometer is really the only answer when it comes to measuring precise distances, which I also have a set of, but the Mitutoyos will be good enough for a lot of the stuff that I do on my little lathe and my mill. So that kind of wraps up the review of these. I would say these magnums are worth it. That fractional measuring is really nice when you do nuts and bolts and things like that, you know, you even have random ones lying around, you just want to know their size and the size of the hole they're going into. The Mitutoyos these Magnum ones are perfect, and for the $27 I paid for them, I feel they're good quality. They come in a nice box, very similar to the Mitutoyo box, a little bit smaller. They came with 2 batteries, which was also nice. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up that.